Netflix began as a disruptive force, reshaping the way people consumed entertainment and quickly becoming a household name. Its innovative approach to streaming and original content fueled explosive growth, earning it a reputation for creativity and freedom of choice. However, this rapid ascent came at a cost. As the company expanded, it faced mounting competition, rising expenses, and shifting viewer expectations. The very qualities that once made Netflix beloved began to erode, replaced by concerns over corporate decisions and financial instability. Public sentiment shifted, with many seeing Netflix not as a pioneer, but as a symbol of excess and mismanagement. This transformation from industry leader to cautionary tale sets the backdrop for a deeper exploration of Netflix's rise and the complex reasons behind its decline. Netflix began as a modest DVD rental service in 1997, inspired by a $40 late fee that co-founder Reed Hastings incurred at a traditional video store. This frustration led to the creation of a business model that eliminated late fees and offered movies by mail, quickly gaining popularity among consumers. The company's bold pivot to online streaming in 2007 marked a turning point, revolutionizing how audiences accessed entertainment and setting a new industry standard. Strategic investments in original content such as House of Cards and Stranger Things helped Netflix become a cultural phenomenon, influencing viewing habits worldwide. However, rapid expansion and fierce competition brought new challenges, including subscriber losses and market volatility. Netflix's journey reflects not only technological innovation, but also the shifting dynamics of consumer expectations and media consumption. Its rise and struggles illustrate the complexities of maintaining relevance in an ever-evolving digital landscape. Every revolution begins with something small. With Netflix, it all started with a $40 late fee. In 1997 in California, a businessman named Reed Hastings left a Blockbuster store with a bill that annoyed him, a $40 fine for forgetting to return the Apollo 13 tape. On the way home, in a mix of frustration and curiosity, he came up with a simple yet fateful question. Why couldn't renting movies be as easy as buying things online? That idea, which sounds ordinary at first, sparked a global consumer revolution. The co-founder was Mark Randolph, and they began experimenting with sending DVDs through the mail, a newly emerging format that was more compact than VHS and not prone to damage. On the first day, they sent a DVD to their own home to see if it would break. When the disc arrived intact, Hastings knew we have just found the future. And so Netflix was born with an incredibly human vision to bring cinema right to your home, eliminating all the hassle. No late fees, no long queues, no need to leave the sofa. It's not just a movie rental model, it's a declaration of freedom and respect for personal time. Customers quickly fell in love with Netflix because of its fairness and intelligence. Instead of penalizing late returns, Netflix rewards loyalty. Instead of noisy advertising, they let the Cinematch algorithm, a rudimentary AI-powered movie recommendation system, learn your viewing preferences. That was a time when every email from Netflix gave the feeling that someone truly understood you. In 2000, Netflix offered to sell itself to Blockbuster for $50 million. The answer is a burst of laughter. 6 years later, Blockbuster went bankrupt, and Netflix, with 6 million subscribers and over $1 billion in revenue, has officially become a symbol of evolution. However, it was at that very moment that a small seed of risk was sown, and sadly, no one noticed. Netflix began to believe that everything could be solved by algorithms, that convenience was the ultimate weapon. But convenience doesn't always equate to commitment, because people don't just want ease, they also want to be connected. The bigger it gets, the more Netflix relies on convenience rather than its connection with customers. That was the first warning sign creeping into the initial halo. A very small crack, but one that would spread over time. And then, as 2007 dawned, Netflix was preparing to make its next great leap, streaming over the internet, something that would send them soaring to unprecedented heights, and also lead them to the brink of arrogance. If the 2000s were the era when Netflix learned how to get movies to your doorstep, the 2010s were when they learned how to put the whole world at your fingertips. In 2007, Netflix launched the Watch Now feature, which allowed users to watch movies directly over the internet. Initially, it was just a small test with 5,000 titles, while the DVD library had 85,000 titles. But in just a few years, broadband technology exploded, and Netflix understood that. If the future is online, we will be the first to get there. From red envelopes through the post office, Netflix moved on to computer screens, then TVs, and finally smartphones. In 2008, they partnered with Roku to release the first $99 streaming box, opening the door to the era of disc-free movies. Soon after, the red logo appeared every place: Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, Apple TV. By 2010, the seemingly impossible had happened. Streaming revenue surpassed that of DVDs. Global movie-watching habits have officially been redefined. Netflix is no longer just a technology company. They are symbols of digital freedom, the Apple of the entertainment industry, a borderless content empire. From California, they expanded into Canada, Latin America, Europe, and Asia. One account, one click, a world opens up. The audience was immersed in an unprecedented experience. No ads, no limits, no waiting. The phrase binge-watching, watching movies continuously, has become a new cultural keyword closely associated with Netflix. Globally, people speak the same language. Next episode. In 2013, Netflix confidently took another bold step. From being a mere content distributor, they became a true creator. House of Cards was released and immediately shook Hollywood. No television channel dares to release an entire season of a show at once, but Netflix does. It's not just a release strategy, but a cultural statement. We believe audiences deserve the choice of how they experience the story. Netflix's growth rate at that time was unimaginable. In just 6 years, Netflix has gone from a small startup to a global leader valued at over $300 billion, present in 190 countries, and has changed the content consumption behavior of the entire world. For 10 consecutive years, subscribers have grown steadily, surpassing 150 million global users. Tens of billions of dollars are poured into film production, with over 700 original works released each year, a number no other studio has dared to dream of. Netflix became the Apple of entertainment, the Google of emotions, the Facebook of habits. The stock increased tenfold in just 5 years. Wall Street called them immortal unicorns, a business that couldn't fail. Reed Hastings is hailed as the Steve Jobs of the film industry, and Netflix, a borderless empire. But at that peak, small cracks began to appear. As algorithms gradually replace humans and data gradually replaces emotions, Netflix began to move away from the intimacy that was once the soul of the brand. Success always blinds people, and in the intoxication of victory, Netflix didn't realize it was gradually forgetting the reason audiences loved them in the first place. In 2011, Netflix was at the peak of its glory. They just surpassed DVD, led the streaming sector, and were hailed by Wall Street as the darling of the digital age. But it was also at that moment that Reed Hastings, the founder and CEO, made a decision that completely shocked millions of customers. Netflix announced, "We will spin off our DVD by mail service into a new company called Quickster." This means users have to pay 2 fees and log into 2 different accounts to view the very content they used to get in a single package. No one understands the reason. No one feels respected, and the internet exploded. The forums are filled with sarcasm. Quickster, it was so fast that I cancelled my subscription in 10 seconds. In just 1 quarter, Netflix lost over 800,000 subscribers. The stock price plummeted 75% from $300 to just $77. Market assets evaporated by billions of dollars. Reed Hastings had to publicly apologize on video, admitting he had misjudged customer sentiment. But what's more frightening isn't the numbers, but the moment Netflix loses its audience's attention. Quickster is the classic example of corporate complacency, a company that believes customers will accept anything just because they are the leader. People don't leave because it's expensive, they leave because it feels unfair. And that's what Netflix forgot in their efforts to separate services and maximize profits. They forgot about the seamless experience, the very thing that made millions fall in love with them in the first place. Yes, Netflix has corrected its mistake. Quickster was shut down after only 22 days of existence, one of the fastest failures in tech history. The company is gradually recovering after 2 years, but the psychological scars remain. Perhaps this isn't just a slip-up, but a neglected prophecy. A tiny crack between proud peaks serves as a reminder that all success is fragile when people believe they are infallible. Every empire has a moment of decline. This video is made for analytical, academic, and educational purposes only, and does not represent any financial statements, stock, or investment advice. Thank you for watching until the end. See you in the next videos.